Welcome back to the Anthony Lee Crypto channel. We are live on this, what is today? Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. It's cold down here in the Mississippi. It is about 30 degrees. That is freaking cold for us, guys. Let me open this terribly processed sugar-free energy drink that I've got. I was on the coffee earlier, but I get a little change of pace for the stream. How is everyone? How is everyone? I'm not seeing my chat working. Hang on one second. Thanos, morning. Max, what's up? Let me try to redo this chat. Hang on one sec. I got a poll going on, guys. If you guys can hit up that poll, that'd be really cool. Maybe my chat's working now. We're a little late getting started this morning. I didn't get to post this in advance. We were having some technical difficulties. I don't know if I've got chat fixed or not, y'all. I really don't know. It's working. It's just I may not be able to pop them up on screen. I don't know what's going on. I'll figure that out later, guys. Anyways, you guys are back. We are trading today. Not a whole lot going on yesterday. Y'all know the deal. The U.S. market was closed. It is open today, so we do expect a little bit more action today. We're in this big downtrend, of course, so that's the question. Do we continue the downtrend or do we reverse the trend? That's what the poll is about. Yo, Salt Chain West Coast. There he is, John the moderator. What's up? What's up, y'all? Thanks for being here with us today. Thanks for being here. We're going to take a look. We've got the market opening here in a few minutes, and we'll see what they want to do, guys. I am long from the dang green box. I have my trades on my phone. We're having some difficulties this morning, and I was at the gym, so I rushed back to get things going and had to restart everything. And I wasn't able to log into my VPN, so I don't actually have my MEXC pulled up. I'm trading on MEXC today, guys. MEXCtrading.us. That's where I trade. You do not have to be in the U.S. to do it. That is just the website, or you can use the affiliate link below. Either way, I'm going to spam it in the chat real quick for you guys. So if you want to join us on MEXC, it is the same 0.01% trading fees as KCEX has, which we do use KCEX. I'm just on MEXC today because I'm already in the day trade on KCEX. So I got the MEXC. We're doing some live trading with the VIP Discord today. We'll figure out a time, probably an hour or so after this live stream. We're going to go live. That'll give me enough time, hopefully, to have everything kind of figured out as to what's going on here with my internet and my VPN and all that. So anyway, if I update my trade, I'm in a long trade. I gave this in the Discord this morning. I'll let you know. First of all, we had the dang green box on the chart here. We had two green boxes. One we knifed right through, and I put on there, I said quick SFP only, which means I'm not really expecting to take a trade there. But if we did get a swing failure pattern of this wick, I would take it there. But anytime I put something like quick SFP only, that means I'm not really intending to take that trade unless we get whatever reaction that I type here. But I was expecting a reaction out of this lower box at the daily naked point of control, and that is exactly what we got. And I did take that trade. I've already TP'd one on that trade, and I have a stop loss in. So it's a guaranteed winner no matter what. I almost got stopped out. They missed me about like $13 when they came down an hour or so ago. I'm stopping out. And even if they do, I'm going to make about $240 on this trade. I've already locked in. So all good. All good. I'm not far from not far from getting stopped out here on this one. So we'll see. We'll see what they want to do. U.S. market. So the trend is down, right? I mean, I think everybody can agree with that. The trend is down. Ever since we set a high end last Wednesday, the trend has been down. Here's the problem. You know that let me take some of this off, okay? I'm gonna hide all of this section right here down low. I had hidden this before because we left this range, and I was hoping we wouldn't come back to this range so soon. But I'm gonna hide it just to clear up the chart a little bit, but it's there, okay? So we're gonna hide that. Okay, we still got our boxes of areas of interest, but I'm going to hide all the noise. So you can see our market sessions down here at the bottom. We cover this a lot. We've got Asia, UK, US. Let me redo that. Turn that magnet off. All right, we've got the Asia, UK, US from yesterday and the Asia, UK, US from today, okay? Problem is there was no US yesterday. MLK Day, big important holiday here in the States, right? No US yesterday, so we had the big trend down through Asia and UK, just trend down, right? And the US is known to reverse that when they trend in the same direction, but they didn't because they weren't here, right? So what has happened? Asia and UK has continued the trend to the downside, right? So you have 2 days worth of downtrend here between Asia and UK with no US intervention, guys. I will admit the chart looks very bearish right now, okay? So if I were to just technically trade this chart, I would say we're going down. However, I know the US. I know how they roll. And with that, I think they reverse this thing. I think we reverse today. I'm not saying a big reversal, $10,000 to the upside, but I do think they're not fixing to let the Asia and UK sessions 2 days in a row build up all this liquidity, make all this money, and not liquidate some folks. I just don't see it happening. Although the technicals on the chart say we're going down. Okay? I'll admit it. I will admit it. Okay? There you go. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. If I were to blind technically trade this chart, I would short. Well, I wouldn't just blind short. I would already be in a short. But if I were to blind trade, I would look at the technicals and short. But knowing the US, I would long. We're about to come into that window. You can see it right here. First 3 hours of US session, known as the kill zone or the reversal zone. We're about to head into that right now, starting in 2 minutes. What are some areas of interest to the upside? If we do reverse, we could get a baby reversal. You got 2 vector candles right here. This one's mostly mitigated. You have one here that's really not touched. So you could come up 50% of this, somewhere around the 92K mark, and take that out. We have a vector candle up here. I haven't marked as vector. It's on the 4 hour. There it is. Got a 4 hour vector candle here. That could be a good target. That's just for a baby reversal, just to come grab some liquidity. We could come up and take out this 4 hour vector candle. Or we have the bigger vector candle that I have marked up top, 50% on the 4 hour. We could come get this. I think this one, it's so hard to say. I do think we come get one of the two. I'm holding along. I'm looking to probably close it around here or TP2 around here if we make it, and then come down into here. But I would really like to see something like this, or really something like that. But I do think the U.S. comes and gets some of this before continuing to the downside. That's my plan for the day, based solely, again, solely on the trend of the United States having 2 days of downside Asia and UK pressure, and I just don't think they're going to stand for that. Hey, that's just me. I could be wrong. Salt Chain's going to try another KCEX competition this week. Yeah. I need to get on there and try. That's what I'm going to do. I'm in a day trade already on KCEX. So when I'm done with this day trade KCEX, I'm going to switch around. I'm going to day trade on MEXC, and I'm going to bring the KCEX back and start scalp trading, things like that. I'm going to go for the competition again as well. I was winning free money. I don't know why I got away from that. The MEXC guy reached out a few weeks ago and asked me to try it out, so I did for a week. And I got in a big, long, like 10-day day trade on KCEX, and I just never went back. It's just laziness, but I need to go back. I'm going to do that. I do trade on both, though. MEXCtrading.us and KCEXtrading.com. Lowest fees, bar none, in the entire market. Save the Republic, morning, more downside. He's looking for more downside. Jam, what's up? What's up? John says big stiletto. From yesterday, he means. Say the public thinks it comes to 91.5, hit the 55, and then take it down from there. Maybe. I disagree with that. I think if they come up much higher than that. There's no point in coming to there. None whatsoever. So I just don't see that as being a target. You literally get nobody by coming to 91.5. I mean, you take this little UK high, but Leave all the vectors behind, which is what they set in place to come. I just don't think so. I think that is a way low target. Way low target, but that is just my opinion. If anything, most likely scenario if they move it to the upside and don't continue. If they go to the upside now and then bring it back down, they almost always come retest the breakdown area, which would be somewhere about here. 92 and a half, somewhere in there, where this range kind of broke down from, right in there. They would come retest the underneath side of that, right about our red box, and then head down. That would be most likely. To just come here and just swoop that and take it back wouldn't make the most sense to me. But I could be wrong. I just think the U.S. has got some payback. All right, U.S. market is open, guys. Let's see what they do. Let us see what they do. We're going to find out here pretty quick, though. Remember, the big moves usually come closer to 845. So we'll see if we get a fake out one way or the other. And the reverse price at 845. Drop to the 5 minute. Let's watch this on the micro. So far, no vector candle here from them at the U.S. Open. There it is. Turned into a vector. They're going to come down and stop me out, guys. I'm right here at the bottom of this box. 96.50. They're about to stop me out right now, but that's okay. I'll still make $240 on this trade. I don't know why my chat thing isn't working. I don't want to close it all out, though. I'm going to have to close it all out to get it working. Guys, be sure you hit up the poll. We're going to take a look at that right now. We'll go take a look at that in 1 minute. Now the U.S. is open, I'll be curious to see what everyone says. Let's go and look at it now. The question is, does the U.S. market pump or dump? 67% of you say pump. Says we're going to pump. We'll see. We're about to find out. They might stop me out right here, guys. Want to go over the Babylon stuff with you guys today, too. I've set up a multi-window chart view, so I can kind of watch all of our entry criteria. Gave you guys the 3 different entry criteria that I'll be looking for my trades. I'll be entering multiple Babylon trades, so I have different criteria for each. We're going to cover that in just a second. Here's what I'm talking about. Here's what I'm looking for. We went over the criteria yesterday. Go watch yesterday's video if you're not familiar. VIP Discord has these as well. 2 of the 3 criteria we have already met. What I would call like the... Hang on one second, guys. All right, 2 of the 3 criteria have already met what I would call the loading phase, which means there's 2 parts. There's multiple parts, but there's 2 parts to the key of each one of these. Each one of these different criteria have 2 key parts. A lot of them have extra confluence historically, but 2 key parts. For the first trade, which is the 2 daily 5 crossing the 2 daily 55 to the upside and then crossing back down, we have not hit the loading phase, which would be the crossing over, right? Ignore the lines showing on chart 2. I'm drawing on chart 1, okay? We have not met that criteria yet, so that loading phase has not occurred. But on the other 2 criteria, it has, okay? Criteria number 2 would be the 5 crossing back above. You want the 5 and the 13 crossing back above the 55. This is on the daily time frame, which has happened, okay? And then you want them crossing back below the 55 on the daily, both of them. So you want to have the 5 crossing the 13 and the 55, and you want the 13 to cross the 55. That is entry signal go, okay, for criteria number 2. Criteria number 3, which is the most, all of these are very, 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 very reliable. However, in some of these, like on the daily, you can get into this trade and you can have the 5 come back above the 55 or back above the 13 and kind of flippy floppy there, but you're still trending down, so it's still a winning trade. Always has been, every single time. On this third criteria, on the monthly time frame, you're looking for the 5 to cross below the 13. It has not happened yet. Okay, this one is pretty dang close though. When that has happened historically, never, ever, 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 ever has the 5 come back above the 13 before the next bull run, okay? So as long as, if you're trailing a stop, for example, you already know. It's right above that. If you get the cross, you get out, okay? Because it's never happened before. And when it does finally happen, is massive move to the upside. So those are our 3 criteria. 2 of them have hit loading phases and ready to fire. The other one has not hit a loading phase. So even if we don't get criteria number 1, and if for whatever reason the first time in history we don't get that cross right there to the upside so that it can then cross back to the downside, if we don't get that, we still have these other 2 that have loaded and that will fire at some point, okay? Probably sooner rather than later, but they will definitely fire off because you will for sure get across the downside at some point. So we still have 2 different ways that we can and I will get into this trade, okay? I want all 3. But they didn't really ask what Anthony wants, but I want all 3. But I've got 2 either way, so I'm okay. I'm okay with that. All right, Max says he wants all trader. I mean, I know a lot of people are, and that's great. Although that's what I'm basing this macro. Let me rephrase that. I'm a big time macro, and I mean macro moving average trader, okay? But as far as the micro, the local, the daily, intraday trading, stuff like that, I don't use the moving averages too much. It's just not my thing. But at our target here, on the daily, our target about 99.5-ish, it just so happens to be coming in with that 200 daily. So I could see us rejecting from there, maybe a little wick above it. But I just think that's a good target for us to turn around on. Let's see where it's at on the weekly. It's way down here, which is going to be one of our targets down below, about 68, 69K right now. Of course, it's moving. So, looks good, guys. All this looks really good. US is pumping us, guys. US is pumping us. This is good for our long trade. Anybody long? Did anybody get long with me, guys? Anybody get long from the dang green box given in advance? I know somebody got long. I can almost guarantee you Max got long. Max takes all the boxes. Look at that, Max. Max is long. Dagbjort, what's up? Are you long? Dagbjort, Max, long with me. Good. US doing a little pump. Carry Benz is long from close. What is close? Where are you long from? I'm just curious. Where's your long entry? I'm long from 97.75. US pumping, guys. Pumping. Are you guys long? There's no long for me to take here, guys. I'm already long. I am already long. Matter of fact, I need to get it. I need to get it pulled up. I'm gonna try something risky. If we lose the connection, I sincerely apologize. I'm going to try to get in on my VPN, so I can pull up my trades. We haven't even 45 yet, so. Uh-oh. I can't get on the VPN. So something's going on with VPN. I'm going to have to restart my computer, so I'm not going to be able to pull up my trades right here, guys. I'll pull them up on my phone and show you. I hope I didn't just lose the stream. I canceled out the VPN, so hopefully we're back. It froze up the stream whenever I tried to get on the VPN. So I'm going to have to figure that out when we get off. John is in a little bit late at 90.9K. Carry Benz, 90.9K also. Wouldn't have been a bad idea to take profit on some of this, guys. We just ran up to 91.3. That would have been some good take profit. You know, unless you're just looking for a move up to 100K, lock in a little bit of profit. We are in some heavy downside sell pressure, so you've got to treat any long as a scalp until proven otherwise. You start breaking some of this resistance, would start right here with 91.4. You break through that, you're going to change market structure. You can look for a bigger move up, but until that happens, you've got to lock in some profit, guys. So I hope you guys are about to break even right now. I hope y'all locked in some profit on that quick pump up. I obviously didn't take any more profit because I can't get my dang trading account pulled up right now. But I've already taken profit and I'm already covered. Stop loss. I'll still make 240 if I get stopped out of this trade. John says stream seems fine. Yeah, I just got a whole lot of things here. I just need to reset everything. I can't get my chat thing to work to where I click it and it comes on the screen. My VPN won't load, and when it does load, it's freezing up. I just need to restart, I think. So I'll handle that after the stream. Before we do the VIP live stream today, I'll take care of all that and get everything back working cleanly. Well, that was a good little pump, a good little fake out, it looks like, but we still have 8:45 coming up in 2 minutes. That's the one I'm really interested in. So if you did not get in a trade yet, hang out. We'll see what they give us in a few minutes. I hope that makes sense when we went over this triple criteria. I know I keep hounding this, guys. Somebody asked me and DM me yesterday and asked why I keep going over the same thing with this. Guys, this trade happens twice every 4 years. Once on the way up, once on the way down. That's it. That's it. I'm not saying there aren't large trades in between there, of course. But these big, you know, potentially 50, 60% moves happen twice every 4 years. And I want to make sure everyone fully understands, because I know a lot of people are putting a lot of money on this. I have several people that have messaged me, and they're putting like near life savings type stuff on this. Regardless of what you think of that decision for them to do that, I want to make sure everybody understands what we're looking for, the risk that I'm putting on it, and understands that we have done the research into this and that I'm going to be walking through this with them. So that doesn't guarantee them a winning trade, but I just want to make sure everybody's comfortable enough to take the trade if they want to do it. Number one. Number two, doesn't front run anything, because front running is a front row seat to Wreck City. Yeah, and that's it. So Caribbean stop loss at break even. I hope you got you some profit out of that. Hope you got you some profit, because that was a really nice little quick pump there, guys. There's our 1 minute signal to 8:45, which is what I look for in our trade. So we're going to hang out a minute, and then we'll move on to some other stuff. There's no news today either, guys. No news, no news reports, but we do have a pretty big news report week coming up Wednesday and Thursday. Tomorrow is not tomorrow. Tomorrow we have Trump speaking, so gosh, you really just don't know what's going to come out of his mouth. But Thursday is a really big U.S. news report day. Thursday, you have initial jobless and PCE. Okay, so Thursday is going to be an extremely volatile trading day. Okay, these are my favorite days to trade. Trump's a wild card. Trump's a wild card. You do have UK. That'll be in the middle of the night for most of us. But you have the UK CPI. They can do a little something, but I'll probably miss this. It'll be at 1 a.m. my time. Trump speaking, who knows? But Thursday, big. Look at all these 3 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And listen, this Bank of Japan interest rate decision. The Bank of Japan interest rate decision is actually a big one, believe it or not. Let's see what they're forecasting here. Could be a nothing burger. They're at 0.75. They're forecasting 0.75. So if this comes in at 0.75 with no change, it'll probably be nothing. I don't really know the percentage or the odds of them. I don't really know the odds. But if this comes in at anything else, 0.5 or 1, anything other than 0.75, Asia is going to pump or dump this market, okay? That'll be tomorrow night. Not tonight, but tomorrow night. If they do come in higher or lower than this forecast, that interest rate for Japan will absolutely rock the market. Usually interest rates come in as projected. Every single one of these going back to June, it looks like every single one of those hit projection. So it would be very uncommon for it to not, but it could. Either way, Thursday will be a big day. 8:45, they're turning this thing to the downside. They are turning this thing to the downside, guys. John, no profit for you. Oh, man. You were in that trade. You should have took some profits. When you have a overwhelmingly one-sided direction, like the last couple of days has been just relentless downside. If you're counter trading, you're counter trading the trend, counter trend trading, you have to take profit quickly. You have to, because the trend is down. So you're basically just trying to get what little bit you can from the counter trend rally. Okay, and then at some point there'll become a reversal, of course. And that'll turn into a big one. But until that's proven, until you've broken some market structure, you have to just take what you can get. And that was a good gimme trade. You knew the U.S. was fixing to give you a good pump or dump right away. Now, they could continue it one side or the other, but you knew you were fixing to get a good. You always get that instant volatility when the market opens. That's a good scalp trade. They're about to stop me out. I'm stopped out. They stopped me out. They're probably going to wick this and take it to the moon now that they stopped me out. I wish I could pull up my trades. But I was at 96.50 on my stop, so I just got stopped. On our Babylon trade, the 5 was coming really close. You could see it here. It was coming really, really, really close to the 55. We were getting a little anxious about it, and it has absolutely done a massive U-turn. Now there's big separation here. It was really close right there, just $2,000 away, and now where's the 5 on the 2-day is 92. You're now $4,000 away, so I mean, they can close this gap really quick in a matter of a few days if price really ripped to the upside, but it was looking really good there, guys. They're dumping this price. Price is dumping. So if we're going to dump, if we're going to continue to dump, and they're not just fixing to fake this out, where can we look below to take another trade? Where will I be looking for my next trade down low? Well, the next dang green box, which are coming in now. Let me slide this over. Now, I'm not blind trading these boxes, okay? I'm not just fixing to take a trade here because we hit a box. I'm looking for reaction. Looking for reaction. Looking for confluence. Coming into the box now. I'm on the 4-hour time frame. Let's drop down. Let's look at 24-minute. All right. We got some good unconfirmed. I might enter a long right here. All right, guys, I just entered a little long here. We could come lower into this box, but I'm okay. I'm okay with entering this long right here. We got a little order block down below, but we have good unconfirmed 24-minute bullish divergence setting in. Volatility's headed to the up is high, number one, and headed to the upside, and stochastic just flipped to the upside. So I did enter a little long. I've only got $1,500 on the trade. I haven't put a stop loss in yet. I'm just going to kind of watch and see what happens here, but I'm long, guys. Long from the dang green box and the stochastic flip of volatility headed up and 24-minute bullish divergence unconfirmed. Let's see what happens. I'm long from $90,354. Anybody taking this long? Anybody? I might shave off a little profit here. Take my own advice. Treat it as a scalp until proven otherwise. All right, I just locked in $65 in profit. Stop loss to entry. So no matter what happens, we're gonna make 60 plus bucks on this. Kerry Benz is long. John's long. So far looking good. We've locked in $60 plus in profit. Stop loss at entry. So the worst case scenario, we can make 60 bucks on this trade. Good little baby reaction here from the dang green box. We can still come back into it, guys, and that's cool. I would consider re-entering. Take my $60 profit and re-enter if we came down into this order block, kind of closer to the golden pocket here. I would consider re-entry. Take profit quick, guys. Take a little bit of profit quick. Number one, if you come down to your entry point, take a little profit, comes down, you got stop loss at entry. If you get stopped out at entry and it comes a little lower and you re-enter because you still like the trade, you have a better entry point then. So it just makes sense. Why ride the drawdown on a scalp trade? Why ride the drawdown? John got stopped out. Hey, good. I guess. At least you didn't take a loss. Hopefully you took some profit. Little scalp trade here, guys. We've locked in some profit. Stop loss at entry. We're going to let it run. If we come get stopped out, great. We'll look to re-enter possibly. If not, we've got some good divergence here. We could take this thing back up here. 93K. At least 92.5. Kerry Benz stopped as well. John made 25 bucks. 25 bucks in 60 seconds. Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm still in it. I'm still in it. See what I mean, though? Like all of these little moves here. I mean, the trend is down, so you get a reaction. You get the reaction you're looking for. You got to take profit. I know we would love to see this, but it's not the most likely scenario. So when it comes up, shave a little profit, right? Stop loss to entry. You come back down. Now, if you still believe in this trade, right? Say your original entry was here. You got stopped out. You took some profit. You got stopped out at entry. Now it comes down here. You got a better entry if you still believe in this trade. Your entry's here is better than here. So there's no sense in riding this down into a drawdown and then coming. There's no sense in that. Stop it out. Take a profit. Stop out at break even. Get a better entry if you still believe in the trade. Look, just because the U.S. has not reversed it yet does not mean they will not rip this thing to the upside in the next hour or so, okay? There's a reason this is called a kill zone or reversal zone, and it's 3 hours and not 3 minutes. Sometimes they set the trap. And I know people talk like that, and you're like, oh, yeah, people set traps. No, they set traps, okay? They absolutely set traps. You know how many people just shorted this? We could go look at order flow. How many people do you think just shorted the break of that right here? How many people do you think just shorted this candle? A lot. I don't even have to go look to tell you because it's a vector candle. That means the market maker is building up his positions. I mean, he is manipulating price to the downside, building up positions. He's absorbing shorts coming in, okay? A lot of people just shorted this. A lot of people just shorted the break of this with their stop loss right there. Do not be surprised if he comes and takes that right now. Right now. And either continues up to get some more of the traps he set or reverses back down once he's got everybody that just shorted the break of that. And that's what I'm banking on. Bullish divergence. Volatility up. Stochastic flipped up. We've already locked in profit. If this is all we get, so be it. But I'd like to see higher. What does everybody think? I'd be curious to somebody. You say the Republic is confused as to why not look for a short. Well, if you want a terrible entry, then you can look for a short. But, I mean, the short was up here. Or, best case scenario, the short was right here. You've literally got, and this is just how I roll. You've literally got, from 98K to 90K, you've got an $8,000 drop, and you want to look for a short after an $8,000 drop? With no bounce whatsoever in any of this $8,000 drop. You can go to higher time frame and see that. No bounce attempt, no real bounce attempt in any of that. I mean, you could not pay me to take a short right here. The short is missed. Now, I'm not saying it can't go to 50K from here. Sure it can, but you don't have any of the macro moving averages crossovers to signal that you're headed down like that yet. You have not had any type of relief rally here. You're in the New York reversal zone. There is not a chance that I would look for a short after an $8,000 move to the downside with no bounce attempt whatsoever. You've got massive, even if you do come a little lower, and again, they could rip this thing down to 50K in one candle, but you've got good support right here, good support right here. The risk to reward is just nothing. I mean, you're in the support now, and right below it, you literally have all of this support right here. The risk to reward here is terrible. You would have to assume some sort of bounce right here, right? You would have to assume some sort of bounce right there. So if you were to short this, I mean, you have to, let's just, best case scenario, you come to the bottom side of it there. I mean, absolute best case scenario before you get any type of bounce. Your stop loss has to be right here at value area low right there. So, I mean, you're like a 1-to-1 risk reward. This would be, for me, yeah, that's great. You would have gotten a better scalp if you shorted right there. That's great, but you didn't know that. And to short right here is a terrible risk to reward. It is a much, yeah, you're right, it worked out this time, but you're going to get wrecked like that. You're going to get absolutely shredded. If you would have shorted the U.S. Open, your risk reward is terrible. If you would have longed it just blindly, which you shouldn't do, but if you did, it's really quite easy. You're coming down in these order blocks, so there's your stop loss, and you target the highs or at least the golden pocket. You got a 3.7, almost 4-to-1 risk to reward. The short may have worked this time, but more often than not, I'm going to win with that 4-to-1. So the risk to reward just isn't there. And that's not how the U.S. rolls anyway. They always fake move at first and then reverse. Maybe they don't this time. Maybe it works out on the 1-to-1 risk to reward, but I want the 4-to-1 risk to reward. So this is a much, much higher probability trade. Or maybe not higher probability, but much better risk to reward. And I mean, at the end of the day, it worked out for me. I'm up $300 on the day so far. The scalp long from the green box, the first green box, and this scalp long from current green box, which I'm still in. All right, guys, they're flipping over to 9 o'clock. Let's see what they do here. 9 o'clock. Jump down to 15 minutes, a little more local. Let's see what we're looking at on Bjorn. All right, so here we go. Here's a little flippy floppy. They're trying to figure it out here. You got 15-minute Bjorn volatility almost maxed out, headed up and almost maxed out, and the stochastic is flippy floppy. Slight upside, but it is flippy floppy to sideways to upside. So we'll see if it wants to solidify to the upside. It's kind of curving back up now. Max said the risk to reward is what matters. Yes, risk to reward. You got to get in high risk to rewards. That way, if I lose that trade, I can lose I can win 1 out of 4 of those and still be in the profit. So I can lose 3 out of 4 and still be in the profit. On a 1-to-1 risk reward, I'm 50-50. I have to win every other trade just to break even, depending on your leverage. But if you use consistent leverage. Unconfirmed 15-minute bullish divergence. They could come down to this golden pocket, guys. I'll be waiting with a little heavier trade here if they did come down to this golden pocket. You've got, let's see. Go to the 1 hour, zoom out a little bit. The dangerous part, guys, if you get into this, you could move down. You could move down to. You could really move down to 84K quick if you get into some of this. You kind of got to be careful. If you break, I'm going to show you. If you break this low right here, and you do not SFP it really quickly, this could be a breakdown continuation short trade right there at 89.2. Okay. First of all, I think you're getting into. Let's put on the. Let's put on the free money zone. I think it's there. Yeah. All right. All right, guys. Here's your trade. You want a short trade? You want a short trade? Here's a short trade. If you break this last low right here at 89.2, you're headed in that free money zone. And let me show you what you're probably going to get when you head into there, guys. A fast move down. But look at these lows that have not been taken, guys. You got all these lows right here. When you hit those, you're going to see liquidity spike, liquidity spike, liquidity spike to the downside, guys. And you're probably going to come settle somewhere below it, if not take out this low. This would not be my primary low right here. I would not look to come here. This low took out these 3 lows right here, okay? So a lot of liquidity has been grabbed. Yeah, there's some liquidity here, sure, of course, there and there. But the whole point of taking this with this was to move to the upside. However, they have not grabbed this stuff here. So if you get into this free money zone, expect a quick move down. If we lost 89.2 with probably a 15-minute candle closure, I would short. I would enter a big short through this free money zone. There's a volume spike here at the other end of the free money zone. Let me turn it on. Volume spike there. Right there at the bottom of the free money zone. I would look to take profit there. And then, of course, you get all this big stuff right here. So a lot of stuff. There's even a CME gap in there, guys. So there's a lot of support here, a lot of reason for them not to take this. But I would certainly short this free money zone if we got into it. So that is the only way I would short at this point. I would have to lose 89.2 for me to take a short. And that is simply because the risk reward is still not great. But you're in a volume gap at that point, which has been shown historically. I think I showed it like 26 out of 28 times that it moved through there, all the way through before bouncing out. Anybody think say the Republic? Yeah, you fit head and shoulders. You're much more of a pattern trader than I am. I don't trade patterns. I don't recommend anybody trade patterns. They work sometimes when they do. They're beautiful, but nobody wants to acknowledge when they don't work, which is most of the time. Just like this one, I saw this. Everybody was doing this. So this is our most recent move up, right? You know, you had this move up, and I saw this everywhere. Everybody's like, "Oh, here we go! It's a bull flag. We're going to 100K. It's a bull flag." Yeah, no, you didn't. And now nobody's talking about how this was a failed bull flag. Let's go back and look. Same thing here. Same exact thing here. I saw it on this one. Oh, big move up. It's a bull flag. It's a bull flag. We're going up. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. It goes on and on. I don't pattern trade at all. Some people do. That's great. I'm not knocking them for it. It just doesn't work. Same thing here. Look, it's big move up. It's a bull flag. We're going. It's going. 200K incoming. Wrong. 80K. I just don't do it. Nobody talks about when it doesn't work out. Here you go. Here you go. Inverse head and shoulders. Head or shoulder. Head. Shoulder. Boom. It's got to be going right. Nope. Fake out. 80K. 90K. Whatever it was. Inverse head and shoulders didn't work. I don't pattern trade. And I really don't mean that offensively to anybody that does. It's just not my thing. I heard another trader call patterns just a couple weeks ago Mickey Mouse. He said they're very Mickey Mouse. He said it's the first thing you learn when you get into trading, like, very elementary. You get into them, everybody's trading head and shoulders. They're trading this, they're trading that. It's like, but once you understand liquidity, you realize that those don't really matter. And when they hit big, and everybody praises them about how they were right. And look, the head and shoulders, this and that. But nobody ever comes back and says, well, I was wrong. Head and shoulders failed. And I just think they're coin flip at best. The only pattern that I will trade, and it's not 100%, but I do like an ascending or descending triangle. I do like those, and I find those to be very successful. Let's see if I can find an example. Probably a little harder to find on the 4-hour. But you guys know what I mean. Y'all know where they are. I do find those very reliable. I like those. And I'm not knocking you for using them. I just don't. And maybe I'm just not good at them. Anyways, y'all know I don't see one right here offhand, but y'all know what an ascending triangle is, or descending. And if you don't, kind of some newer folks, it would look something like this. You have price come down, for example, and then it kind of comes up like this, like this. And so you got kind of relatively equal highs, and you got higher lows. And this one usually breaks to the upside. Not always, but usually breaks to the upside. Same thing to the downside. If it came up, came like this. Those usually break down. A lot of times these get mistaken for bear flags and bull flags also. People be calling this a bull flag, and it's really a descending triangle. It just depends. I know you're pretty good at pattern trading, though, say the Republic. I'm just not. So I'm really not knocking you. It's just not my thing. But you're right. In this case, it would have worked out. Which we fully acknowledged that at the beginning of the stream, not looking at any pattern, that the only thing that made us want or think we could move to the upside was the U.S. tendency to reverse price. That was fully acknowledged at the beginning of the stream that all technicals were pointing down. I would bet you $100, say the Republic, I could go back at the 15-minute chart, and the other maybe last few has played out. But I bet you I could find easily, I just showed one, inverse head and shoulders, that didn't play out. I could show lots of them that don't play out. Sure, that may be kind of what's going on right now, but it's like everybody trades M patterns, and you just can't do that until they break, because W's start out as M's. When you get W pattern reversals, they start out as M's. Which I like M patterns. I do like M and W patterns. I do like those. I mean, so somebody would have called this an M pattern for sure. Break to the downside. M pattern, break to the downside. Even had bearish divergence on this. Bearish divergence, but it didn't. It broke to the upside. I just don't pattern trade, man. Nothing against you. Again, nothing against you. Nothing against your trading. It's just not mine. I find them to be coin flip at best. Now, if you got a pattern that goes into confluence with some other things, that's great. But just to blind trade patterns, I can't do it. Like, I didn't use a pattern to put this box here. I didn't need a pattern for that. I just knew we were coming here because that's where liquidity is. That is where liquidity is, right here. So when we lost the last liquidity level, right here, I knew to come here and look for trades. If we come into this golden pocket, I will most likely take a long. We have lots of bullish divergences setting up here, unconfirmed, but they are there. So if we do come in down to this golden pocket area, I will look to take another long. Up $300 on the days, guys. No, it's nothing great. I only took 2 trades yesterday. I think I was up $100 in one trade before we started the stream. I took a trade on stream that I showed you guys and made like 220, 205, something like that. I have to look. I hate that I can't pull up my MEXC right now. Made about $300. That's all the trading I did yesterday. Getting a good little bounce right here, guys. I want a little bit lower, though. I would like to come down to this 89.5-ish area. That'd be really nice. $15-minute maxed out volatility. Stochastic just flipped to the upside. Could get a move up out of here, guys. Yeah, say the Republic. I know you're a pretty good trader. I know I said it 5 times. I'm not knocking your trading. I just know we have a lot of, I don't want to offend them, but newer traders on stream, and I don't want them to read that and think just to trade patterns, just because there's an M. Her head and shoulders, because they don't always work out. So I don't want them to see that and just think, oh, it's you know, it's an M. It's got to come down. No, it doesn't. Make sure you're using that with other confluence areas, guys. If you're not really sure about pattern trading, make sure you got momentum coming to the upside. If it's an inverse head and shoulders, for example, make sure you don't have stochastic rolling over to the downside. Make sure you don't have a point of control right above you that even if you did break it to the upside, you can bang your head and completely reject. So make sure you're using a confluence. Don't just blind. You should not just blind trade anything. Nothing. Not even a point of control. Although if you were going to blind trade something, a point of control would be a pretty good one to blind trade. Because you almost always get a reaction there the first time. You can knife right through it. But usually it takes a couple of attempts, especially on a higher time frame coin of control. It takes a couple of, if not a few attempts to break it. I would almost always blind trade now I wouldn't necessarily blind trade a point of control in this little bitty like 2-hour range. If you give me a point of control on something that's 2-3 months, I would probably blind trade that. The first time it hit, never the second. No trade yet, guys. I'm stopped out of my other trade. We made $65. We're up $305 on the day. The only way I would take a trade here, guys, a long trade, we'd have to come down. We already have divergences setting in. Assuming we keep those divergences and come down to this golden pocket, I would look to trade there, assuming we kept the divergences. Or I would take a breakout, retest, long trade, okay? Break that, bullish retest, continuation trade to the upside. Target about 92.5, 92.4 first, but I really like the 93, 93.1, 93.2 area better. Underneath side of the value area low. But I would target this 92.4, which would be the breakdown area right here. Breakdown of our stiletto. I saw Mr. John point out the stiletto earlier. Stiletto pattern. Dribble off the end. I know a couple of you guys were up for some live scalp trading today. Are you guys still up for that? We could do that today. Be kind of cool to get in some trading. I don't see a whole lot going on here in the market, but it is moving better so far today than it was yesterday. Thanos is in. In case somebody doesn't see what I was talking about on the stiletto, you know I like throwing the stiletto on. Had the stiletto come down, price came down, price bounces, everybody thinks, oh, that's it, the low is in. We're going to rip up out of here, but the stiletto says, nope, come down, roll off the toe. Stiletto pattern. It's one of my favorite trading patterns. It's easy to identify too, so when you come up, I usually like to do this on the 1 and 3 minute, but this is the 15 minute. You come up and set a high. Okay, you come up and set this first high right here. You can break the high, but you have to SFP it only. If you came up and closed, whatever time frame you're looking on, if you came up and closed above it, it's invalidated. So you came up, broke it here, which was really just a liquidity grab, and then moved back down. If you'd have come up and closed this 15-minute candle up here, it's invalidated, and you probably would move to the upside. But you SFP'd it, came back down, roll off the toe. So very clear invalidation point. Whatever that first high it is, you just can't break that. Still got our long trade box on the screen, guys. I still see this as a real possibility. I would like to hit down to this bottom section of our stop loss, though. I'd like to hit that golden pocket. But I do see this as a real possibility, guys. And don't think they can't make this move today. That's what, about a 4% move they came here? 6% move. At least to this first box here, 5%. Don't think they can't make that move today. Probably take them 2 days. But they could certainly do it. They could do it in an hour. Alt's taking a beating today, guys. That was a scary drop on alts. I guess over the weekend. Scary drop. I was looking at my WorldCoin right here, and I should have. We got the sell signal. I put out a new indicator yesterday, guys. If you guys are in Discord, check it out. Put out a new indicator yesterday, but I wish I'd have been paying attention to it. I actually didn't have the indicator, but I wasn't really even watching it at all. But we got the sell signal on it right here. On Friday, the sell signal hit, and as usual, could have sold before the 19% dump. That would have been nice. So even if you just rebought your alts here, what are you picking up 19% more than you had before? That would have been nice. Or you could have shorted that. This is a great indicator, guys. Go check out the indicator. I put a video out on it yesterday too. Let me show you. Put out a video yesterday. Number one altcoin trading indicator, guys. This indicator, I showed one of my altcoins. So I just created this indicator, but I've used this strategy. I've talked about this strategy before, and this is what I use for spot trading. You can certainly use it for leverage. I just don't leverage trade altcoins. I spot trade these, and sometimes I take the profit from the spot, but most of the time I just accumulate altcoins this way. And I bought some altcoins back, I don't know, a couple of years ago. I don't even know where I put this. Alt chat. I bought Algorand. I did Algorand, ICP, and WorldCoin, okay? And I used this strategy to accumulate. So right here, November of 2022, I bought 114,000 Algorand, okay? Pay cash, $114,000 worth of, 114 Algorand, not $114,000, 114,000 Algorand, okay? Then I used the strategy that the indicator is based around, and a year and 3 months later, had 755,000 Algorand, just buying Algorand when the signal flashed and selling at some point after the move, worst case scenario when the sell signal flashed. Usually I sold before, because if you get a 50% pump, you may not get the sell signal till you're down to like 30%, right? So I would usually sell before, but worst case scenario when the sell signal flashed. I accumulated over 600,000 Algorand by doing that. I did the same thing with ICP, same thing with WorldCoin, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth, guys. Let me show you the signal. Here it is. No matter what, you can only view this on the less than daily. So 18 hour, 16, 12, 5 minute, whatever. All the way down. You cannot view this. The signal will not display on daily or above. But no matter what time frame you're looking at, the signal will be the same. So if you're looking at the signal is the signal. It'll fire off based upon its parameters, whether you're looking at the chart on the 15 minute or the 12 hour. The signal will not change based upon your time frame, okay? So the goal is to buy when you get the buy signal. Some of you can long if you're leverage trading. I don't. You can buy, and then you just decide when to sell. Worst case scenario, you sell at the sell signal, or at the sell signal, you can short if you're leverage trading, right? I'm on the 4. Let's go to the 12 hour. Excuse me, just so I can get a little more macro view here. It doesn't change the signal by me dropping down here, though. So you see all these buy and sell signals. Look at this one, for example. You get the buy signal here. This is WorldCoin, right? You got to move up from time of the buy signal. The total move up here was 50%, okay? But you didn't get the sell signal till way down here. So by the time you got the sell signal, it's 18% move to the upside. So you still made 18% if you went buy to sell, which is great. But you didn't get 50. So you have to use some other technical analysis, things like Fibonacci retracements, support and resistance, all that kind of stuff to decide where you get out of the trade. Or if you're just going to wait on the sell signal, that's cool. You can do that too. That's just kind of like, okay, if you're still in the trade at this point, you need to get out. Same thing here, guys. This was a good one. You got really triple here. Let me erase this. You got triple here. You got a sell signal here, or buy signal, excuse me, from bottom to top, 64%, but the sell signal hit here would have been a 22%, okay? You follow me? This thing is beautiful. I'm telling you, I've made hundreds of thousands using this, and only this, spot trading. But from first buy signal to top was actually 115% move, but you got it split up, so it was a more confident trade. Take some profit here, you get sell signal, come back a couple days later, you get a buy signal, same thing. Sell signal hill, the very next 12-hour candle, you got a buy signal. That popped you up another 55%. It's great. Speaking of great, we call this Alexander the Great, okay? Alexander the Great, altcoin strategy. That is the name. Alexander the Great, altcoin strategy. Okay, all over the indicators I create are named after some badass, historical badass guy. One with Alexander here because it's Alexander, altcoin, AL, you know, you get it, okay? This works on Bitcoin, it works on any asset, but I find it to be most effective on altcoins. It is great on altcoins because the altcoin gains and losses are so much bigger than Bitcoin that, like this move right here, we could go look on Bitcoin, but it doesn't really matter. The buy signal here, you get the buy signal. You get a 14% move to the upside. Bitcoin probably gave you 5%. Same thing with a drop. I don't even know what this drop is. Let's call it 60%. Bitcoin probably gave you 15%. So if you're shorting this, you know, it's great. Alexander the Great. You can get it. It is a private indicator, but you can get it by being a part of the Anthony Lee Crypto Crew. So join the Discord below. You can get this indicator for free in our Discord. I put out a video to go with it too, so you want to make sure you watch that video. So you see what's going on. Bitcoin getting a little move up out of here, guys. set an alert here. If we break this high here about 91.4, we're probably moving up. Anybody take this long? John, very cool. Haven't watched it yet. Yeah, go check it out. It's a great indicator. I will continue to do this. This is all I will do to spot trade altcoins. That's it. And I'll show you guys next cycle. I will when I feel like we've officially hit the bear market bottom and it's time to like start looking at accumulating altcoins, I will show you the altcoin balance that I start with. I'll show you. Now that I have a YouTube channel, I'll show you the trades that I take. I'll show you what I enter with, how much money I put in it, and I will not put a nickel more in. And I guarantee you, whatever coin I'm on, I'll make, I don't know, Lord willing, 10 times, 6 to 10 times my holdings, my altcoin holdings, before the bull run even starts. Just using this indicator. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. It's not 100%. There are a few losers here and there, but the good news is you get the buy sell. So by the time you get the sell signal, usually you've only lost 2 or 3%. And the buy signals that play out, which are 90+%, you're usually getting 30, 40, 50%. So if you get 3 winners in a row for 300%, and then you hit a loser for 3, 4, 5%, call it 5%, so what? You're still 295% up. Take the loser, suck it up, and look for the next buy signal, right? Right. Trust me, it works. I just showed you proof. 100,000 coins to 750,000 coins. Just using this. I'm not going to tell you the strategy. I'm not going to tell you the parameters. But I will give you the indicator. So, but there is a strategy program, parameters programmed into it. Save the Republic. Surprised they didn't come up a little higher to take out those highs. Tapped 55. What time frame? 55 on what time frame? I don't think New York is trying to be kind. I think New York is coming for it. I think this whole thing's fixing to get reversed. I really do. I really do. At the end of the day, guys, and I preface almost every one of my videos in the last week by saying just because it happened before does not mean it's going to happen now or in the future. I get it. I get it. Historical precedence does not dictate future performance. I get it. I acknowledge. But it has every single time when dealing with this Babylon stuff. And if that's going to hold true, sure, we can dance around here a little longer, maybe even come in a little lower. But if that's going to hold true, then we are just a week or two from pumping out of all of this. Okay? Right up to 99.5K. So I don't anticipate us being here very long. Not more than a couple weeks max. I think they come take that easily. What you look for, guys, what he's talking about is what we talked about. My next potential long, if I were to get in one, would be to come take right into the 15-minute 55, take that high. If you swing failure pattern, and if you SFP that, come up and immediately come back down and close the candle below this high, to me, that would be a good short, okay? Because you're probably fixed to come take the low. Probably into this golden pocket. Okay? That'd be a good short. So you don't want to just blind trade this short or long, because on the flip side, you could come up, close the candle above there, bullishly backtest, and if you get the bounce from that bullish backtest, you could look to long this. Okay? This is what people call a support resistance flip, if that happened. Okay? You'd be looking for, this is resistance clearly, so you'd be looking for the resistance flip into support. Either way, I think we get the test of this today. That'll be the deciding moment right there, guys. Is this downtrend over for now? Do we have a little bit of relief in store? Or do we come SFP this? Either way, I think we take this. Do we SFP this and head lower? I think we get this today. This is the trade I'm looking for right here. Right here, guys. This is it. I know I took a couple trades here and there. We're up 300 and some bucks. But this is the trade. This is the bigger trade. I don't mean a $50,000 mover. This is the bigger day trade I'm looking for. Breakthrough, bullish backtest, continuation up, or SFP rejection, continuation down. So don't be confused, guys. If later in Discord y'all see me say, I'm up 500 bucks in a longer short from this dang area, because I just told you exactly the two reactions I'm looking for from that dang area, and I fully believe we will get one of those two today. I don't know which. I really don't know which. It is literally coin flip. The technicals say down, but if you break that and confirm a close above it, you will technically be changing market structure, right? Right? You guys see it, right? You got higher lows, lower lows, higher low, lower lows. You come up here, you're going to start having higher highs. Okay, so you'll change market structure, at least locally. So we can expect a little more continuation to the upside. If you come just SFP it and come back, you have not changed market structure. Just because you came above it, you did not change market structure because you didn't close above it. You just grabbed the liquidity that was right there just to continue to the downside. So market structure change is not a wick above something. It is a good candle closure above it. And it depends on the time frame you're looking at. Are you looking for market structure change on the 1 minute, 3 minute, 4 hour, daily? For something like this, I would look for a market structure change probably on the 15 minute for something like this. Now, if I'm scalping, I'm good with the 1 and 3 minute. But this has a little more potential for a little bigger upside movement given the $8,000 drop we've had with no relief. So I would look for a little higher time, not a high time frame, but 15 minute, something like that, market structure change, confirmation, break. Because, guys, let me clear this. You do have a big imbalance here, okay? Don't get it twisted. You got imbalance. This whole thing's an imbalance. Everything below this is an imbalance. This is a biggie right here. This would be a really good target. Come correct this imbalance right into that golden pocket, right into all this support and resistance right here. It moved down. Now, if you can break this, you can expect new highs. You can expect 99.5K. If you break this, I'm looking for 99.5K. Not a wick. But this would be really good. This is an imbalance right here. I know I'm cluttering up my chart. This is an imbalance right here, needs to be fixed. This is an imbalance right here, needs to be fixed. And it starts with this line that we just put on the chart right here. Starts right there. This white line right here. Got to break and close above that. It's hard for you to take a trade at New York Open. That's my favorite time. I don't trust anything they do either. That's why I don't take the initial trade. I never take that initial move. Which is why I long to this. Yeah, I got stopped out. But the point is I didn't take their initial trade to the downside. I did get stopped out here. I'm not re-entering now. Even though we are in the dang green box and bounce from it, they did come back and stop me out. But this was the secondary move. The first move was this, I'm on the hour, was this red vector candle, which was manipulation. They moved it down. That tells me they moved it down just to bring it back up. With the yellow X. They've just recovered this vector candle more than 50%, so it's technically mitigated. So this could be all the U.S. wanted. U.S. will reverse its vector candles at open, which is what they did. They set this candle to come induce you to short to at least come back and recover 50%. And that's exactly what they've done so far. They could continue up, but this is mission accomplished. And this is an easy trade every day. I just ran my stop a little too close. I thought if they came back and stopped me out, which my stop was like right there. I thought if they came there, they would for sure come into the golden pocket, which they didn't yet. So that's the only reason. Otherwise, I would have had my stop down here. just like I have it in the box. I just treated it as a scalp because I thought they would come back for this golden pocket. And I don't want to ride drawdown. I wanted to get a better entry if they did that. I will get in a trade today, guys. Anthony Lee stakes his reputation on it that we are coming here today. I stake my reputation on it. Coming there today. I don't stake my reputation on it. But I would bet you $100 we come here today. And I will take the short or I will take the breakout long, depending on what we get there. And I will let you know in VIP Discord when I do so. Not putting a reputation on it, though. I don't trust New York that much. Guys, I hope y'all go get this indicator. It's Alexander the Great Indicator. This is really freaking awesome, guys. I'm telling you, you don't need to think about anything else. I know I harp on don't blind trade. Blind trade this. Well, you shouldn't. I will blind trade this every time. The only thing I won't do blindly is take exits or take profit when you get to sell. I'm almost always going to have it. Even if I didn't close the trade somewhere up here, I'm at least going to have shaved off some good profit. Listen, you're crazy. You get this move here, just this move here, 145% move. Guys, if you get on an asset that moves 145%, and this is 12-hour candle, so what is that, about 2 days? And you don't take some profit, you are absolutely in the wrong business. Oh, well, I thought it was going to go 400 or 500%. Yeah, it could. But how often does that happen? How often does that happen without a pullback? How often? Once every 4 years, maybe? Maybe. Never for some coins. So if you need to wait on a sell signal here and only take 60%, that's still great. But guys, take profit. Take profit on these moves. These moves are big moves. They're bigger. Look, you can expand it up. Makes it look bigger. That's what she said. Let's move here. 50%. Same thing to the downside, guys. Same thing to the downside. Look, you got this one. If you're shorting, you got a buy signal. You didn't get much out of this buy signal because they manipulated the market the next candle. Got a buy signal. Still, you went up 6%. Then the next candle, you got a sell signal. So if you're leveraging 80% in 3 days, sell signal. I showed you we're under the current sell signal that I missed. 20%. Currently at 15%, but you got 20 so far. Get this indicator, guys. Even the last buy signal. Time you got the signal, I understand you got the move up here, but this signal is built on high probability. Yeah, you could have made more down here, but I fiddled with the parameters of this thing to get it to where you get these signals down here. And there were way more losers getting, yeah, it looks pretty when you get this here. This looks pretty if you would have got the signal down here. But there are way more losers by programming it to give the signal on this, what it would take for this particular parameter. This is high probability, and that's 17%. I'll take 17% for a 90+% win percentage versus getting this, if you got it there, that 35% on a 50% at best win percent. I'll take it every day, all day. Get this indicator, guys. It's free for you. Free. Anthony Lee Crypto Discord. Carry Benz was back testing on a few alts and it looks solid. Yeah. I haven't gone through all the alts, but they all pretty much move the same. Even if their percentage is different. I know you have some outliers. Solana, XRP, those charts have been bullish all the time. Most of the rest have been bear. I get it. But for the most part, your John Q altcoin is going to perform the same. Parameters to tweak it. There are no parameters to tweak it. First of all, while altcoins do move the same, the parameters here are fantastic. You will not beat. I promise you. I've spent years fine-tuning the parameters on this. You will not beat the parameters for entry and exit. or for buy and sell, long and short. Okay, you won't beat it. I don't care what you do. You won't beat it. Maybe you can. I couldn't. But there is no universal way to take profit, because if I get the signal on WorldCoin and 10% above is a major macro point of control, okay, I'm going to have to take profit there. But let's say you're on Solana and your major macro point of control is way up here. So it'd make no sense for you to get a take profit signal where WorldCoin gets a take profit signal, because it's a different chart. So that's where you have to learn a little basic TA to learn your support and resistance where you're going to take profit at. But there's no way to have an indicator programmed, a universal indicator that covers all coins that you can put on and apply to all coins with the parameters, and have it identify the support and resistance for each individual coin. And does that make sense? You just can't do that. So it gives you the good buy and sell signals, the good long and short signals. You just have to figure out where to take profit. That's the easy part. Anything more than what you had is good, right? That's the easy part. And we'll teach you that. A lot of indecision here in the U.S., guys. A lot of indecision. It's unfortunate we didn't have a news catalyst today. It'd have been great to have some news. I am looking forward to Thursday, though. Thursday will be good. I'll try to listen to Trump tomorrow, see if he says anything about taking over other countries or anything else. Has anybody followed up? Let's look real quick. Anybody know when the Supreme Court might be ruling again? John, if you're in, I think you were looking at... Okay, never mind. Bloomberg says Supreme Court did not rule on the tariffs today. I didn't even know they were supposed to be today. I dropped the ball on that one, guys. Phew. Okay, apparently Bloomberg wants you to pay to read their article. No, thank you. Okay, so they're saying the Supreme Court is unlikely to block the tariffs, which is bearish. John, if you can find anything, I know you're good at this, on the Supreme Court rulings that did not come today, when they're expected to come, anything like that from your little Bloomberg person, that'd be great. But apparently they did not come today. Say the Republic, let's see. Yep. Say the Republic, I see what you're saying. I don't know, man. I agree with you. I agree with all of that. I do agree with all. I'm not trying to be argumentative. I just don't think so. I just don't think so. I'm looking for longs, guys. Looking for longs here. Too much bullish divergence, too big of a drop. Here's the problem, and say the public may be absolutely right, and I agree, looks bearish. I get it. You just don't usually get $8,000 drops without some release. Every penny of this $8,000 drop has come without the U.S. market being open, by the way. You just don't usually get continuation from that without some relief first. Number one. Number two, we have a lot of bullish divergence setting in. 1 hour volatility headed up, stochastic headed up. You also, people, and I'm not saying save the Republic, but people, you know, when you get this big drop and you come down to heavy support levels, which we're coming into right now, is where everybody tends to get, it's like the FOMO thing. You'd be surprised. I'm not saying save the Republic, but you'd be surprised how many people short the bottom. And this just feels like an area where everybody's going to short. Let's go look. Everybody's going to short the bottom. I don't mean bottom. I mean before we get a decent little bounce here to correct some of this imbalance. What is this? Hang on one second. Let me get this pulled up. I got to log in. All right. Let's see what they're doing. That's why my chat's not working. Y'all see it on the screen? I knew there was something wrong with chat. Let's check out CBD. See what folks are doing at the bottom. Shorting the bottom. People are shorting the bottom. You got some longs coming in right now, so if buyers step in, you could trap these shorts. You can see CBD coming down. Open interest going up. So shorts are coming in. Right here, little micro locally, CBD's going up, open interest going up. That means longs are stepping in. So on the flip side, if sellers step in right now, you could squeeze all these longs down for one more good drop. That would put us down in that golden pocket, which would be nice. That's the long trade I really want. Let's go a little higher time frame. This is not bullish CBD. It's not bearish either. You had all those shorts coming in, but price was going down, so there's no divergence. This is kind of chop on the 1 hour. Trying to figure this out. You had nice bearish CBD divergence here. That's what gave us this last little push down. We didn't look at that though. We didn't see that. Let's look at the 4 hour, bigger, higher time frames. Nothing real clear on the higher time frames. Nothing real clear. You have a lot of people short in the bottom, and you have long stepping in right now. So, I mean, it's just kind of an if, then, that. I mean, nothing really, but you got all these shorts stepping in. You can see it clear as day. This is all I got for you because there's nothing real clear on this. And one of two things is about to happen, and I know. It's going to go up or it's going to go down. But you're fixing to get a move, okay? So you got a lot of late shorters. You see, CBD's going down, okay? That means more shorts coming in than longs. And they're actually coming in because you see open interest going up. That means the shorters are actually stepping in. They're pushing the price down, and they've successfully done so. You see, they've successfully done so. However, right here at the very end, and this doesn't tell you what's about to happen, right here at the end, you got a spike in longs coming in, okay? Which has caused this price to come up, but buyers have not stepped in enough to liquidate these folks, okay, or to stop them out. Their stops are probably going to be right here above this high. Right here. Stop's going to be right there. So if these buyers cannot step in, all of the, and again, it can go up or down. I get it. But how you know, how you going to know is if you come up and stop all these folks right here out, you could get a big, fast, powerful move to the upside, guys. Because you do have a lot of shorters coming in here that are going to be trapped, okay? Most of these shorters are going to be trapped up here, okay? So first place I'd look TP. Most of their stops are going to be right above that. 93.4, that's the area I was telling you that I was looking for. Because it looks like the bulk of these shorts would have started right in this area right here. Well, really. Right here is where it kind of flipped down. Right here is where CVD started flipping down, right? Right there. See that? It was going up prior to that, and then it kind of, shorts started coming in. Which means people shorted this little spike right here. People shorted this right here. That's where all your shorts came in. They would have put their stop probably above this little high right here. They're pretty close, relatively equal highs. Stop right above here, probably somewhere right in there, 93.4, 93.5. If you can get above that, you're fixing to move up, and I mean move up fast. Fast. You're at least going to come up to these, 95.5K. But if not, and I know, I can't predict, if the buyers don't step in, all of these longers right here, these longers, clear longers, you see them. Big spike right here in longs. Open interest going up means long stepped in hard and heavy to trap these shorters. Shorters are trapped. Do they let them out? Or are the shorts too powerful? If the shorts are too powerful, you're going to push price down. Everybody's stop loss is right below here. And you're going to get a big, fast move to the downside. I know it doesn't really tell you which. But it does tell you that if you get above this right here at 91.4-ish, don't close your trade because you're fixing to move really quickly up to 93.5. That's what that tells you. And it also tells you the flip side, if you break this last low, you're probably fixing to move down really fast, at least to this golden pocket. Which that is a terrible risk to reward, so you might as well just sit there and wait on your long if it comes. I know it doesn't give you a lot. So I would probably remove this box here. I'd probably remove that box. And I would place it, let me put it back. I'm just going to move it. Given that was CVD now, I would then move this box to here. And you're going to have another box, more local box. Right here. Something like that. These are trades I would look for, guys. Simu, hey, how are you? If you just joined us, my chats aren't popping up on screen. We're having some technical problems, but I still see you. John, yeah, really not seeing much other than what you said. Unlikely that they will overturn tariffs. No new date. Okay, yeah, it is what it is. We should have known a couple weeks ago when we were looking for tariffs that it wouldn't come anytime soon. Government, man. They never do anything fast. So this is what we're looking for, guys. I'm looking for a move to this box regardless. In either rejection, I've told you, rejection, or a move up to this box. So this could either be a green or red box, just depending. look for the rejection. If you don't get it, look for the breakout, retest, continuation to here. If we break this low, you're gonna liquidate or stop out those longers that we just showed on CVD. But your risk reward isn't very good because you could easily bounce right here from the golden pocket. Okay, so I wouldn't take this. I would just sit and wait for the next long. Okay, that's what I'm looking for, guys. Anybody have any questions? I know we did a lot more micro analyzing today. We already know the macro. So we're looking for. We're really close. We're really close. Look at some of these averages. If you don't get any type of relief here, if you don't get anything, these could cross within days. These could cross next week. Short trade. This trade right here would bleed over to this one within a matter of a couple weeks. And if that happens, this trade is canceled. They're all the same trade. This trade criteria would be canceled. All right, so on the trades today, we've taken 2 trades. They're both winners. But for a trade now, there is no trade where we are. It's an if, then that. If rejection or if breakout continuation there. Or here. Golden pocket will be my first. A little bit lower. SFP on this current low into the golden pocket would be ideal if we move down. I don't really know that we do, though. I don't think we do. I think we come up. But SFP of this low into the golden pocket, get the reaction where we will be under good bullish divergence. We already are, unconfirmed, and then move up, okay? If then that. If this, then that. This is a no trade zone, though. You're literally stuck in the middle. Stuck in the middle here. This is a no trade. This is a coin flip. CVD doesn't give you an edge either. You've got trapped traders on both sides. Literally, you've got trapped traders on both sides. You've got trapped late shorters from here. You've got trapped longers from here. We just got to wait and see which way they go. But you're going to get a big, fast move when they break this low or this high. Those are your trades. Be wary of the SFP, though. Make sure you get confirmation. Thanos says, awesome. Thanks. You're welcome. Go get that indicator, bro. I know you're an altcoin guy. Trust me, and I'll walk you through it as I'm doing these altcoin trades. Not yet. We're looking for Babylon, right? But when it comes time to accumulate some alts, I'm telling you. I'll try to dig up my WorldCoin and ICP gains so you can see. It was just accumulation. You can see I put no more dollars in. It was all buying and selling on spot. Hundreds of thousands. I'll try to find those and screenshot those. They're between exchanges because somewhere in there is when I was getting banned from Coinbase. So I had to transfer everything off. And I put them on my wallet for a little while, and then I got on Kraken. For a minute, I was on Uphold, which is awful. Never, ever, ever, ever use Uphold. Awful. And their fees are, goodness gracious, their fees are ridiculous. I was doing trades, sometimes spot trades. I'm not kidding you. $400,000 or $500,000 spot trades. I'll show you. I'll go pull them and show you. And they would charge me like $10,000 fees. Like, I did 2 of those before I realized. I was like, what? I got over there so fast it's not even funny. Then they don't want to let you withdraw your coins. I still have coins trapped on there. I still have 1 million Luna, which isn't anything. I know. It doesn't matter, but they won't let me withdraw them. John's been on Uphold. Yeah, I remember when you were on Uphold. It's awful. I'm telling you, it's awful. I still have 1 million Luna on there, which isn't much money. Sounds a lot, million, to say that, million, but it's not. But I don't care if it's $5. I want my $5. They won't let me withdraw it. It's about $300, I think. Can't withdraw it, and that's not the first time. I had Cardano back in the day. It was stuck on there. I couldn't get it off. I had $500,000 worth of Cardano on there. Bitcoin about to move up, guys. Just got the 4-hour green dots. I think it's about to move up. Let me show you for you doubters who think I'm talking smack. Here I couldn't get this off. Look at this. Can you see this? I don't know if you can even see that. That's Uphold. Cardano. Can y'all see that? I don't know if that's coming through clearly. There's a $500,000 worth of Cardano stuck on Uphold. Never, ever use Uphold. Probably about a $30,000 fee to sell that. I've not used Trezor. I've thought about it. If you try it, I'd be very interested in what you think. I just use the ledger, the nano ledgers. I've got a couple of them right here. Just the nano ledgers. There you go. That's all. I've got a couple of these. That's all I use. Haven't had any issues with them. Just some coins you can't put on them. Not that I use any weird coins, but WorldCoin you can't put on them, for example, unless you can, unless there's an upgrade or an update. But you couldn't, and I do own a lot of WorldCoin. $500,000 stuck on Uphold. Don't use Uphold. I'm telling you. Bitcoin moving up. We likey. Anyway, I'll try to find those accumulation screenshots of where I accumulated ICP. I don't know why I'm trying to sell you on this indicator. I don't make a nickel off of it. It's free for you. I don't get any commissions or anything. I just want you to be successful. This is a strategy I found success with so that you don't have to interpret the signals and you don't have to interpret this or figure out if it's go time or sell time. I'll put you a nice little buy and sell signal on my strategy that I've used for years. And I just want you to be successful. So that people have a tendency, myself included, to overcomplicate things. This just removes the ability to do that. Don't overcomplicate it. Buy, take profit, sell. That's all you gotta do. You currently use Ledger? Yeah. I've never had a problem with them. I don't use it that much though. I mean, my coins sit there. I keep a certain amount of coins on the exchange that I can spot trade with or sell if I need to. A small percentage, maybe like 20% of my holdings I keep on there. And so the rest of them, 80% or so, 80, 75%, just sit on it. So I don't know, it just kind of sits there. Yeah, West Coast. Carrie Benz said he backtested it. Carrie Benz backtested it. I don't know if most of you are male or female, so I'm sorry if I ever call somebody the wrong thing. This is a mostly male-driven industry, but not all. So I know some of you. I've talked to some of you. I've seen some of you on Zoom and stuff, but some of you I don't know. But Carrie Benz said they backtested it on several altcoins, and it was great. It's great. I'm telling you, it's great. It's great. It's a universal strategy. Like I said, the only thing that is not universal about it is your take profits because, again, Solana point of control may be right above you and WorldCoin may be 15% above. So you can't make that universal because each coin is different. But the parameter for entry is the same, and it works. Okay, guys, we're going to do some live trading a little bit. Give me about an hour or so. I got to go eat. I'm starving, Marvin. I'll hit you up in the Discord. I'll let you know. You know the trades I'm looking for. So if I come on stream in an hour or so and I'm in a trade, nobody complain that they didn't know about it because I've given you my parameters. I'm looking for the golden pocket below, reaction with the bull divs, which bull divs are already there, unconfirmed. I want to see them still in place and be confirmed with the reaction. I want an SFP reaction short from this red box, or I want a breakthrough candle closure, 15-minute candle close, breakout continuation long. Those are the only three trades I'm willing to take right now, unless we get into some razzle-dazzle scalping 1-minute time frame stuff. I'll take that kind of stuff in the meantime, but those are the three bigger trades that I'm looking for, okay? Bigger trade scenarios. Okay, guys. That's it. You're welcome, Say the Public. You're welcome, brother. I'll see you guys in Discord, and I will holler at you